welcome to my podcast. I'm so glad you decided to join me today. I wanted to create a podcast to remind you that skating is for everyone. On today's podcast, we're going to be talking to Crystalrose Sanders from Culver Ice Productions. So sit back, grab a mug of your favorite beverage, and welcome to this episode of On the Ice with Bernice. Well, hello there, Crystalrose. Today we have with us Crystalrose Sanders, and I'm just so excited to get to interview you today and learn a little bit more about you and how you fit into the skating world.
Good morning. I'm excited to be here.
Well, I think just the first thing, can you tell us just a little bit more about yourself?
I'm not very good about talking about myself, but I am the coach and choreographer for mini production teams, Culver Ice Productions. I am the DEI representative for All Year Figure Skating Club, and I am the West Coast sectional representative for National Showcase on the committee.
Oh my goodness, that's a lot of stuff. Do you have any time for anything else?
I do, actually. I have a husband and a dog, Ollie, Olive Cheese. And we have a YouTube channel that we do like randomly, and it's just kind of fun.
Oh, that's lovely. Now, I know we're going to get more into your skating, but since you brought it up, I had a chance to look at your YouTube channel, and I just think that was so cool. I watched I watched your marriage video, which was just adorable. And I also watched, I think you had a review on the Nespresso machine. And I've been trying to find a good way to get better coffee. So I thought that was interesting.
It's a good machine. We're coffee fanatics in this house, so we love coffee.
Well, that's good to know. Well, if anyone hasn't checked it out, I definitely recommend it. It's fun to watch.
Thank you.
So you're doing all these things in the skating world. How did you get started? Like, how did you start? You started Culver Ice Productions, didn't you?
Yes. Yeah.
And how did you do that?
Well, back in 2014, our home rink, which was the Culver Ice Arena in Culver City, went out of business, and I've had all these little girls, and I was like, what am I going to do? How do I keep all these little girls together and create this like community? Because I didn't want them to quit, right? A lot of these kids had such a passion for skating. So I, hopped around, called different rinks and see who would accommodate us, because, let's face it, it's hard to find a rink that's like, okay, have a bunch of kids on the ice and, take up so much space. But it ended up being good because I never thought, I can rent ice, right? And then we ended up renting ice from a rink, and then it just snowballed. And now here we are like 8 years later with 4 teams, and it's just a lot of fun. It all just started by creating a community with the girls.
Right. And you have 4 teams. Is that 4 showcase teams, 4 synchro teams, 4 theater on?
They're all mini production. Yeah.
Oh, yeah. That's cool. I did get to see some of y'all's mini productions at this past showcase, and that was very fun to watch.
Thank you. It's fun.
So were you very nervous when you were, stuck with all those girls back in 2014? Like, had you done anything like this before?
No, I mean, I did Harmony Theater Company with Pearson Hunt, and I had done that like myself as a skater, and I took like 8 girls, and we'd fly over there, and they'd stay overnight with families. It was like this whole fun like vibe, and the girls really loved it, and I could tell that it like made them really want to better themselves and their skating. So I was like, how can I create something like this to keep them motivated in such like a scary, dark time when they didn't know, like, am I going to be able to keep skating? Is there a rink nearby that we can make work? And we ended up like falling on a rink that actually really wasn't that close. Like, I think it was maybe 30, 45 minutes from everyone. We were used to being like 5 minutes, right? So it was like, it ended up being like a huge commitment, but everyone just followed through and they kept going, and here we are.
And it sounds like your program's growing and doing awesome. So before 2014, Were you skating exclusively with Harmony? Did you do anything else?
That was the only time I'd ever done anything like that. Like growing up, it wasn't really a big thing to do theater, or synchro was kind of getting started. At least in my area. I'm sure it's been around a lot longer, but in my area. And so I basically just knew like doing showcase solos, and I did a duet every now and again. And like, this is how old I am. I did the very first national showcase that ever was to be. Yeah, I'm not telling you how old I am.
Well, not as old as me,
yeah.
but you're still a youngster
Right.
in my eyes.
Right. But yeah, so Harmony was the first time I'd ever done anything like that. And I like, it sparked my love and passion for skating again. And I mean, thank God for that, because it made me skate so much longer than I think I ever would have, you know.
So before then, were you a competitive figure skater?
Yeah, yeah. I did a lot of showcase freestyle, you know, all the regular
All
stuff.
the fun stuff, yeah.
Yeah.
I also saw that you spent some time with Disney on Ice. Can you tell me
I
about
did.
that?
Oh, that was fun. So that actually was like, it's crazy how they say everything happens for a reason. So I did national showcase that year before, prior, like 2006. I got an email saying, hey, we saw you in the Parade of Champions. We'd really like, you know, to have you come audition for Disney on Ice. And I was thinking, is this real? Is this fake? Like, I didn't even know if it was real. And there was a coach at our rink, and she's like, yeah, go do it. Like, go get filmed by Cindy Stewart, who's a choreographer. And I'm thinking, like, what is happening? And I literally graduated high school, and 2 weeks later I was gone. I was like in Florida doing rehearsals, and I was like, wow, this is crazy. Like, it just happened so fast, and it was awesome.
Oh, wow.
Good
And so
time.
how long did you do that for?
I only did it for 1 year. I just like got super homesick, and I don't know. I was kind of like, I want to just go home and coach and, you know, do that kind of stuff. But
That's
it was awesome. A great
yeah.
experience.
So what all parts did you get to play?
I was in the ensemble, so I did a little bit of everything. And the great thing about Disney that I didn't know until I did it was that you can easily like learn new principal roles, and you know, you just have to be super motivated. And the more you like push yourself to learn other roles, the more they're like, okay, let's give this girl a chance, you know. So I kind of did a little bit of everything. I just wanted the full experience. So
yeah. Well,
yeah.
honestly, that kind of sounds less stressful, and it sounds better. Huh. Well, that's really cool. I didn't know that about Disney on Ice. That's really cool. So how did you start skating? How did you even find out about ice skating in the first place?
So, you know, like every mom does, my mom put me in dance, and it was fun and all, and it was great. I love the like, you know, the feminine, soft, curly parts of it. But then I had a friend that was like, hey, I want to have an ice skating birthday party that was in my dance class. And I was like, oh, that sounds fun. And I'm not normally the kind of kid that like, well, I'm not a kid now, but then to be like, oh, I want to go and, you know, have a birthday party, you know, things like that. It just wasn't my thing. But it like kind of got me out of my shell, and I went and I loved it. And I was like, Mom, this is a mixture between like, you know, beauty and like, you know, athleticism. It was awesome. It's like the perfect combo. And that was it. Here I am later.
Yeah.
So,
well, that's great. I know so many people start out going to a friend's birthday party, and for a lot of people, that's where their journey starts. And one of my relatives, that's how her journey started as well. Her friend was skating and was good at skating, and she went to the birthday party and went, well, if she can do that, I can too. And then that's how it started. Huh?
Yeah, exactly.
So you've talked a little bit about how, going and skating with Harmony and this Disney on Ice, all of that really sparked your passion again for skating. Are there any people that have really inspired you in skating or in otherwise to keep going?
Oh, absolutely. I mean, as a kid, it was always my mom. I always just wanted to be good for, just as a kid, you like want to be good for your mom. And my mom just was really, really involved in my skating. I was super lucky. She worked at our ice rink to get me like ice time. And, it was hard because not just me, like my sister skated. So she had two girls that like to skate. And so, that's a lot of money. Yeah. So she just like always motivated me to always want to be better and like be good for her. Like just kind of, I mean, she didn't ask me to, it was just how I was. And then I went on Disney and I came back and I met Pearson Hunt literally my first year back. And to national showcase, and she's like, hey, you should come skate on our theater team. And originally it started just having her do my solos for me. And I was kind of like, how is that going to ever work? Like, Harmony's in Michigan and I live in California. Like, how does that work? It just like, it worked so beautifully. And like, I don't know, I can't explain it. Like, now thinking back, I'm like, wow, that was a lot of commitment, but I don't, that's why I
Didn't
think
feel
I
like
skated
it.
for as long as I did.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Oh,
So
that's
she kind of
lovely.
sparked that. Yeah. Thank you,
Yeah.
Pearson, by the way.
Thank you,
Yeah.
Pearson, and thanks to all the moms out there who keep going.
Yes.
I think maybe not maybe, but you're a great example that, the dedication that moms have for their children, it does pay off.
Absolutely.
If not in this, maybe not in the skating world, but
Yeah.
because skating does make you a better person. So, that's wonderful.
Thanks,
So,
Mom.
are you comfortable sharing a time where you feel like you really succeeded in the skating world, and then a time where you feel like you failed?
So I like to say, like, I don't feel like you can ever really fail. It's more of like a learning experience. So I think there were times where I was kind of like, wow, that was really unfortunate. But it actually motivated me to work harder, which brought me to my moments of success. Not only as like a skater, but as a coach. Like, there were times where I noticed in my coaching where I'm like, probably shouldn't have done that. I could have done this, which would have made it better. And then the next year, the girls come back stronger and better. And, that's kind of how I see it. I don't really see any years or times as failures, or just more learning lessons. And I feel like my most prideful moments are like when I went to Disney, for sure. Going internationally with Harmony and placing and doing well. Those were really awesome experiences. And then, of course, like when my girls succeed and do well in their solos or duets or productions, like that brings me so much pride. Like, I almost feel more proud when they do well than when I did. I don't know if that makes any sense, but like, just seeing them so happy and so like excited to see like their hard work pay off, that's awesome.
That is
Priceless.
really awesome.
Yeah.
And I really like your approach that it's not failing, it's learning. And maybe I'll see if you would agree with this, but maybe the failure comes when you don't take it as a learning experience, and
Absolutely.
it can make you bitter or anything like that. But that's a really, really good approach. Now, have you ever been injured in the sport of skating?
Oh yeah. Actually, the injury is what made me stop competitive freestyle and merge into showcase, that then led into Disney on Ice, which is crazy. Because I really was that kid. I don't do this, kids, but the doctor would say, hey, be off for 6 weeks. And I'd say, oh, it's been 4 weeks. I'm good. It doesn't hurt anymore. And then it just kind of dominoed. And they were pretty much like, at this point, you need surgery. Like, if you don't want to be off the ice as long as we're telling you to, this is the consequence. And so that's what happened. It was an ankle injury and it just never got better ever. And so I transferred over to Showcase, and it worked out in a weird way. I don't know.
Wow.
But yeah.
It worked out. So what do you have to say to skaters right now who are injured, who need to be resting but really are anxious to get back into the sport?
I definitely suggest do what your doctors tell you to do, because I did not. And although like in the end, it was like my life path, like I ended up like working out, it's not right. Because now I'm 33 and I have pain in my ankles still. It's swollen every time I take my skates off. No bueno, don't do it. Just listen to the doctor and stay off the ice for as long as they tell you to. Watch skating videos, stay motivated. You can do off ice, and there's just smarter ways to do it than the way I did. So yeah.
Oh, wow.
Yeah.
Yeah, it's been a while since I've been injured, but I'm hoping that doesn't happen. But I really feel for all those people out there who are injured, because you do want to get back in the sport, but it's also might be a good time to discover something new,
Absolutely.
We are skaters, but there's more to us than skating. So
that is very true. Start a YouTube channel.
Yeah. start doing reviews. Oh, I also watched the Oreo taste test. That was really fun.
I'm guilty for liking to try new flavors of chips and whatever it may be. And sometimes it backfires and it's not very good.
I think the weirdest Oreo flavor I've seen, now I might be making this up because of my brain, but is the PB&J one.
Oh, no, that was a thing. Oh, not good.
Not good. Yeah. Okay. I'll you're the expert here. I'll take your recommendation. I don't know how that would work.
Not good. Yeah. The peanut butter ones are pretty good though. I don't know if you've ever seen Parent Trap where she dips the Oreo in the peanut butter.
Oh yes. Well, I've never done that, but you're the expert, so I might have to go try that after the interview. That would be good. So what's next in the schedule for Culver Ice Productions?
So we have a competition in 2 weeks, which we're very excited for. It's kicking off the season. And we have a lot of work to do. I mean, we're not by any means perfect or ready to roll, but that's kind of how we work, is like trial and error. So we're just gonna go and have the girls perform and kind of see where we need to take it from there. But it's very exciting.
Oh, well, that is super exciting. And well, I think I've asked everything that I was going to ask, and I'm really excited to get to know you a little bit better and to learn more about you and Culver Ice Productions. And I'm excited to see you guys at the National Showcase and see all you have planned. And I guess my last question for you is, who would you suggest that I should interview next?
Ooh, let me think. Geez, there's so many good people. How do I decide?
Well, you can say more than one.
Okay. I definitely think you need to get Pearson on here for sure. Pearson Hunt needs to be on here. I think you should interview Marco Berg because I think he's very fascinating. Richard Dwyer would be insane and incredible.
That's my dream to interview him. That would be a dream because
right?
He's probably as old as I am.
He's a legend.
He is a legend.
Yes. Yeah. Those would be my 3.
Well, I'll have to contact those people and maybe help you get me to do that. But I think Richard Dwyer is a great example of how skating is for everyone.
Absolutely. Oh my gosh. Yes. Oh, and Adam Blake, another brilliant person. Yep.
Yes. All right. So if you've just heard your name, just know I will be contacting you shortly.
Yes.
Oh. Well, Crystalrose, it was so lovely to talk to you today, and I can't wait to see you guys at Showcase. And
thanks for having me soon. Talk to you soon. Bye.
Thank you for listening to this episode of On the Ice with Bernice. On today's episode, we talked with Crystalrose Sanders about her journey in figure skating and all the cool things she's been able to do. Now, I'm wondering, would you do me a favor? Would you like or subscribe to my podcast? Or maybe even rate it and give it a review? Or if you're feeling really generous, would you share it on Instagram or Facebook? This really helps new podcasts like me get going. This episode was researched and produced by Anna Blankenship and hosted by me, Bernice. And most importantly, remember, everyone is welcome on the ice.